Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SME United. My name is Alan Look. So fast, 1 week already. Our appointment 2 p.m. every Saturday. Today the topic still EDG grant, but the focus is on strategic brand and marketing development. branding. My name is Alan Loke. Alan Loke, nobody know. But if I'm Alan Tam, there's difference. So the branding is important, and marketing is about like how you communicate to your target audience. So today, sit back and relax. Okay, today we have three speakers. The first one is myself, Alan Low. The second one is Eric. Eric Lee is a director of Refruit. Eric is a passionate in all things digital and enjoy designing interface, products, and service that are attractive, thoughtful, and enjoyable to us. Anything about digital, he will love it. The third one is Jose. Jose is a Hang director of Cloud Consulting Singapore. Jose,
Okay, good afternoon from SME United. Join our community and share this live streaming right now. Like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, just right at the bottom button. Next page, please. SME United is a platform for collaboration, exchange, and networking to share ideas on business transformation and strategy in terms of technology, digitization, and innovation, in order for us to excel and thrive in this volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous environment. Alan Look is the principal consultant for cloud consulting. He's a chartered accountant, PMC, and he has worked in the corporate MNCs and local listed companies for over 20 years in accounting and auditing. Cloud Consulting is a business consultant, an accounting agency, tax consultant, and also PMC, which means that we can help our customer to get grants from Singapore. And we also focuses on other areas. Next, please. Such as also Six Sigma Black Belt, that we can help company to perform process improvements. These are our accreditations. So Alan, contact is at alan@cloudconsulting.com and visit our website at cloudconsulting.com. Okay, let me introduce about Eric Lee. He's the director of Refruit, entrepreneur, educator, maker, and designer. And he founded Refruit in Singapore and in Myanmar. Refruit provides end-to-end design services and the strength in digital strategy, marketing, and branding.
okay, the first branding story is Uber. Uber actually already not more in Singapore, but still very active in US and other rest of the world. Uber, then we have Grab, right? So you go Jack. So Uber, the brand story is you ride on demand. Wherever you need a ride, there will be a driver for you. So the brand story is Uber is evolving the way the world moves, the way you move and the way I move and the way the driver moves. It's a win-win situation that you will get more possibility to take a transport and the driver got more business and it is really a disruptor of taxi. Actually, what's the last time you take a taxi? So marketing and branding is very important. Okay, so come to branding and marketing. The first thing in my mind is what is branding, Eric?
Oh, branding. Let's put it in the context of the SME itself. It's for easier sake to understand. So basically, you treat it as like a person. So a person, what does it have? It has a name. It has a characters. It has certain aspects that make you remember of him. So everyone is unique. So branding is a way that is for a company itself, right? It's something like a virtual identity, or to put it as a brand identity that help you to help the customers to identify you easily itself. Yeah, so that not everyone is the same as mentioned. To make them recognize you better. So you remember the PC versus Mac guy in the advertisement. People have certain perception of PCs are very nerdy and things like that. and Mac itself, right, it tends to be more trendy. So this is branding. So when you are trying out your name out, right, what is the
Okay.
first things that the people will remember you by?
Oh, so let's say I'm very famous. I really Alan Tam. I can use my name as a branding also, right?
Yes and no. It depends because Alan Tam has certain values that he brings, maybe into certain character. So basically, you need to match up with what he's trying to deliver as well. So even though, like, okay, you open up a company called Coca-Cola, same name as the real Coca-Cola, but you're offering a different kind of services, different kind of message, and different kind of belief systems. It might not work the same way also. So branding is more than just a logo, lah.
I see. So yeah, so it's always good to talk to a specially expert. Okay, now okay, when I know it's important to have a brand name, but how to develop a brand? How why I mean why we need branding development?
Why?
Why?
To me yourself, very different from the rest. So as mentioned in the first place is that people when you say your name itself, right, people remember you. Oh, like Alan Taiwan, when it's here, it rings a certain perception in their mind. Yeah, so this is something that what you want to let the customers to remember you easily. So for example, I met a lot of few customers that certain when they open up a company, right, there's certain beliefs. Some open up a company or maybe a restaurant, right, because they want to propagate the culture. They want to pass down the love of food to the people. Some people just want to help the people to reach a certain goal. Okay, so this is something like belief systems. Okay, but you can't put it inside a logo. One logo can't tell everything. Yeah,
Okay.
so you need the tone of voice, to build your characters, how you go present yourself. It's just like how you present yourself in your Facebook. What you write, what you post, what you put your name, what you put your picture, reflects yourself easily.
Actually, like let's say I think my let's say I make cakes like my cake I make is like more than 20 years like since 1992 like that. So I no need to do branding or everybody know my brand already ma.
So I would say that okay, you maybe have certain followers. This is a lot loyal fans. Okay, who follow you from the start, who start following you when there's no social media, 20 over years. So these are the loyal fans. So these are the ones who stick with you. But as times goes by, right, there's a new group of people like the millennials or maybe the youngsters. You need to target them from a newer platform. Okay, you need to bring a different kind of belief system or different kind of message in a way that connects to them easily. Yeah. So you can't say that 20 years ago, say, oh, we have the best cake in Singapore. You can't put it there. Yeah, maybe people in that new age era believe in that. But if you right now doing that kind of same message, right, it might have a different kind of impact. Yeah. So yeah, so some people will try to put in some like, oh, we do cakes that also donates the cakes to the old folks home, something like that.
Now I understand. Even Lin Jiyuan, the bakwa shop, they also do branding. Now I understand. They okay. Then let's say for me if I a cake shop, okay I do a branding now. I do develop a brand, but does it correlates to revenue? That means the more I do in branding, is it I have more revenue? But if I don't do branding, that means I have less revenue.
I wouldn't say less. I mean, if you based on some people just believe that if you do it right, people buy it. Like if you do a product nice and let the product sell by itself. Okay, just in the sense that let people spread the words by themselves. Okay, that's one of branding that's one of the branding strategy also lah. But then sometimes branding can comprises a lot of different kind of angle. It depends on what kind of storytelling you tell to each different target groups.
I
Yeah,
see.
so it will definitely bring much, I would say not revenue, but much more opportunity to do certain things. Revenue is one of it, in terms of recognition as well, as well as social recognitions, how you contribute to the society. So there's a lot more beside the revenue. Is good branding.
I see. So okay, so I'm convinced now. I want to do a brand. So how to develop a brand? What is the steps like to develop a brand?
Um, Most of the clients, I put it easiest way to let them understand is that how you build a person like a baby. So the company
Mm.
is like a baby. So the first thing when you have a baby, right? What's the first thing you do? Give a name. Give a name.
Mm.
Then after that
Today,
you will start
oh yes,
yeah, you start grow him up.
yes.
How to do certain things. That's where the visual aspects, the auditory aspects will come in. The ritual, what's the thing you should do to make him as a good person. What kind of belief system you're going to put into it. It's something like growing a baby from a young baby to adults. Yeah. So that's, I mean, that's a layman terms to formalize it. But
Okay,
it's just a building a character. So
okay. Create a characters. That means you mean
mm,
the brand got character.
yeah, like 品牌的品格咯. Yeah, it's just like
Oh,
a character.
wow. Okay, so Pinker. It's like your character. So that means you develop your brand, the character of your brand. Wow.
Yeah.
It's very, very good insight. Okay, now we go for another story. The Airbnb is a new term, right? So it really changed the way you go for accommodation when you're overseas. Last time, you remember you book a hotel, you have to go for the like travel agency, those sort of thing, and then you book a hotel. Hotel is a hotel lah. Then, but nowadays, if you go to internet, you go Airbnb, you can choose apartment, you can choose a house, a resort, or whatever you like, and really affect the hotel industry. It's a disruptor of hotel industry. The story is welcome home. So you make people feel that even they are overseas, the Airbnb will make you feel at home. You can cook at home and do whatever at home. Is like you go overseas, you're still like in Singapore like that. So it's a very successful brand name, Airbnb. Now, Eric, so when we do the branding, probably we need to do some research. Can you explain some of the like what is primary research, what is secondary research?
Okay, so let's start with secondary research. Secondary research meaning that understanding your target audience, getting the go to the ground, who's your competitors, what the trends like,
Mm,
what is happening on the
mm,
industries,
mm.
what the competitors are doing. So basically, it's more like gathering the research on the ground. So
Okay.
primary research, right, is to validate the ideas. So for
Mm,
example, that you have certain name or logos that you want to test it out,
mm, mm.
you will get this group of users to test it out, or maybe
Hypothesis.
like
Mm.
packaging tests, or maybe ads test, Facebook ads kind of test. Yeah.
So,
So
mm.
yeah.
So let's say secondary primary research, we know that we need to get the survey form and then ask people to go around, interview people. But with secondary research, why people need to engage you or us to do it? They can do it by themselves. All the data are in the public.
Yeah, most of the data is on the public, but certain ways to get insights data, like through Facebook data, or through Facebook ads, or through those marketing research channel. Yeah, so this is where that sometimes people have the data, but need people to provide the insights for it. Yeah, so
Mm,
that's
yes,
where
yes,
they will come in.
yes. Although like they can obtain the data in the public, they don't know how to digest it or how to interpret it. Very strong. So we still need Eric to help, or need us to help. Okay, some to the research. Then, in which step of the branding development usually we will do market research?
Sorry, repeat the question again.
Let's say in the branding development, which
Uh,
stage we will usually do research? Like for example, is it correct to say we want to know the target client, so we do research, and we want to do the know about our brand positioning. That's why we do a research. Is it that's
Oh,
correct?
I think okay. So for example, if you are a new company itself, right? The brand
Mm,
is the research will start from the start, because there's a lot of assumptions. Yeah,
okay.
there's a lot of assumptions that okay, maybe you feel that you open up a cake shop. The assumptions that all the youngsters will like this name, yeah,
Mm,
these colors, like this
mm,
tone, or like this ads style.
mm, mm.
There's an assumption. So basically, that's where the research will come in to validate your as a hypothesis. Yeah.
Oh, like that. It's just like, let's say I want to know who is the clients, or look at their lifestyle, what's their age, something like that, hobbies, income.
Yes, yes, we can. Yes. So with the technology right now, right, there's Google Analytics and Facebook Insights. So we can gather those kind of information easily. So for example,
Mm,
that you have a Facebook page, you want to know what kind of people are people following your page, and
mm,
Instagram, so what kind of people are following your page as well on the website, which are the group of people going to your website. So in terms of drafting a personas, is much more clearer. You have
mm.
data to back you up.
Okay. Like, let's say we do a brand positioning. So usually in our research, what area we have to look into it?
For brand positioning, the most important part is I feel it's a competitor analysis. So for example, that you open a cake shop,
Mm,
then your competitors is doing the same market segment.
mm,
When people talk of cake, right, they think of that brand rather than
mm,
you.
mm,
Yeah. So how would you want to position your way that when people talk about cake, right, you would think otherwise, just like McDonald's and Burger
mm,
King. Yeah, when you
mm,
think of McDonald's, you think of Happy Meals for the kids.
mm,
Then Burger King, right, you think
mm.
it's more for the teenagers or more to the millennials area. They
Mm,
have different type of perception of Burger King. Yeah, so
mm,
how although they're selling the same type of product, is how to differentiate uh, from one another. Yeah.
mm, like watches, like look at for me, I Seiko is more than enough for me, but people buy Rolex, so they have different positioning, right?
Mm,
Okay,
yes.
so but when I know my positioning, brand positioning, what should I do? Should I go for the same position to the competitor, or we retain at the same positioning? Where am I?
Okay, so is how to navigate it out. Okay, so for example, that when people talk about cakes, right?
Mm,
The market segment for the audience itself, for the millennials, you talk to millennials, and when you talk about cake, maybe this particular brand of cake A
mm,
uh, is always sound on their mind. Okay,
okay,
so if you're going to fight head to head itself, right, then you need a better, stronger message, a better
okay,
identity,
okay.
maybe spending of more ads
Mm,
to some sort of brand recall clearer for them. Yeah, but
I
if you feel
see.
that okay, you don't want to go head to head with them, because you're a small cake shop,
Okay,
maybe you say that okay, maybe I have a certain niche that I want to target, or maybe you say that I want to target millennium, but maybe target to certain group of people like artists or designers
okay,
areas, so that there's the name or how you name your cake. It has to be
okay,
creative. The way you design your shop interior as well has to be
okay.
target to that area too. So
So,
I feel that it saves
mm,
money, save money, don't
okay,
you?
good. So the brand positioning is not more to for me as a owner of the cake shop, whatever, to aware of where am I. That's all. Then I design what should I do according to my business strategies. Not necessarily must go to the same branding. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Very
No
good.
problem.
Then messaging strategies, like what is this? The messaging strategies. What does it mean?
Oh, so a lot of people will miss out in this tone of voice. So if we are targeting to certain people that more towards the working adults,
Mm.
you have to use the same kind of tone. Yeah, if you're talking to millennials, then for example, you're doing a Facebook ads, you put it your emojis and things like that. That will be more appropriate. Yeah,
Oh,
because there's some connection there. Yeah, but you can't use the same approach and put it in a LinkedIn profile. Yeah, it's a
okay.
different kind of positioning. So basically, it's getting the right tone out to the right people, and so that they have the same perception as what you have planned. Yeah.
It's more to communication, right? To how we are communicate with our target audience, something like that, right?
Yes, yeah, put in Chinese way 的跟人说人话，跟鬼说鬼话。
哦，对人说人话，
Yeah,
不是
it's the
人就
same
不要讲
analogy.
人话了。OK，
The same
okay,
analogy.
good, very good. So at least I know what messaging strategies. So but for me, like Coca-Cola always give you a message like happy, happy, happy mood. So like New Year, Christmas party, great time. So yeah, whenever when I eat, I want a Coca-Cola. So what's content marketing? I always confuse content marketing, messaging, marketing. What's content marketing?
Content marketing. Okay, so is you putting the right contents to the right through the right platforms. So if you're handling a sort of cake shop again, you're dealing with B2B, business to business. So you try to distribute the cakes to hotels, those restaurants. Maybe you set a LinkedIn profile. So the tone of voice, right, it has to be very professional to show that you are very professional and sincere in terms of your approach. But if you're trying to do a B2C level, the content that you throw out to platforms like Facebook or Instagram, right, it has to be fun, engaging, as well to create the crafted contents to the relevant audience.
Then just now the messaging also about the wording and writing. Then this is content marketing. What's the difference? I think it's all about what is your communication, right?
Yeah, it's all about communication. So yeah, crafting the message can be the same, but the way to craft the content, the way of how you deliver the message can be different.
I see.
Yeah. For example, Twitter is about 140 characters platform. The way you talk, it has to be very concise and very straightforward compared to those like Facebook on blogs.
Okay, so like I find that like Rolex their content marketing is eternal certification. Whenever there's an ad of Rolex they don't write a lot of wordings, but they will use a very high detail and high definition image to attract it. Then we know that this is Rolex. So that you are correct. It's how the way we put through the communication. And somehow it's like, it's another topic or they are maybe related. What is digital strategy?
Okay. Digital strategy is basically how to put everything. For example, for my clients who have a website, for digital strategy for them, I will talk to them in the sense that to make the website work harder for you. Yeah. So it's helping the customers to understand that you have a website doesn't mean that it's just a website only. It's helping them to strategize it that to link to Facebook or link to LinkedIn or LinkedIn Twitter or maybe SEO, how to make everything works together in a one big whole ecosystems to be more working harder for you. So for example, that in Google research it says that three contexts, meaning that if a person can see your ads or maybe your message in 3 times, right, they will start to remember your brands already. Yeah. So in the sense that how are we going to reach them? So the strategize that maybe in the morning, they will check the handphone, right? Maybe your Facebook has been shown to them. Then after that, when they try to buy cake, maybe when they're searching for cake shops in Singapore, your brands of the logo have to be shown to them. Maybe when they're watching YouTube, when searching for cakes, right, they will pop up the same ads to them. So you are there when they need it. So that's the way we need to strategize the whole things that when they want it at that moment, right, will you be there for them or not?
Like I just make it clear, more precise, like how digital strategy merge with branding and marketing.
is the what I call the message. Okay, so for branding itself, right? People assume that it's just a logo, just a video, just a banner, that's all. But
Yes,
logo,
I
there's
think.
but logos, right? Even for logo itself, right? There's because of digital platform, logos can be big in certain like what I call a banner, a big banner. So once it compressed to a smaller size, right, it becomes not very clear, but it has to make it very communicative to the audience itself, right? Yeah. Then after that, for the emails or newsletter, how are we going to apply that when they communicate in one ecosystem, right? It has to very orchestrate, yeah, so that no communication is breaking down, and it has to be very straightforward.
Okay, I understand. Last time branding and marketing may be do in magazine and newspaper, but now this marketing and branding will do in Facebook, YouTube. Now, now I understand already. Okay, the third brand story is Under Armour. I look at Under Armour is like I'm a soldier or what. I wear my outfit for my as a soldier. So the Under Armour are using a very strong keep athletes cool. So whoever wear it is something like athletes. So when I wear it, I feel so good because I'm an athlete. Of course, I'm not. I'm just like I like to walk. That's all. I'm not athletics. Then the story behind is an originator for performance appraisal, dry and light. Yeah, it seems like Under Armour is more to men, more to male, and is really attract the audience because they have a very good communication. Just like I say that communication, either digital marketing or whatever, to communicate with the target customer. One day when I go to Bangkok, and then I see a lot of people wearing Under Armour, although they are not army, they are just normal people. Then I understand that they're so well received in Thailand with this brand Under Armour. So much thing to learn about this. Okay, now is my time how to talk about the EDG grant. Jose, you want to say something about EDG grant?
Okay, Enterprise Singapore grant. Basically, there are for core capabilities, there are 5 types of grant. One of them is actually this. Hold on.
EDG grant.
Okay, strategic brand and marketing development. So today we'll share more about this grant to you. And the purpose of this grant is to really help to capture your target audience and to market the differentiation between your brand and other competitors.
Okay, so maybe I will explain a bit. When you apply this grant for EDG grant, they state very clearly what is the qualified deliverables. It's about using a gap analysis to come up recommendation to assess your internal and external factors and competition and strength and weakness. So if your project with the EDG grant need primary or secondary research, yeah, it's covered. And also at the end of the day, we would need to come up with recommendation and action plan for you to implement. So the cost is like development of effective brand strategies and also assessment of your brand's financial values and development of a strategic plan. So Alan, if I want to develop a website, how? No, this is not inside the qualified cost. It's more to evaluate your situation, your brand and marketing development process, and then we suggest and recommend on that. Okay, now we have a case study. A proposed project name called Strategic Brand and Marketing Development Process Improvement. That's why when we are Six Sigma black belts, we are very good in process improvement. So the objective is to help you to capture your target audience and differentiate your branding among the competitors. This is the X step we are going to use it in your EDG grant is identify your business strategies, target your what is your target client, and we do a research on brand positioning, messaging strategies. This is what we talked about just now. Name and logo tagline. It's not about we create a tag logo for you. Just like we will analyze and see whether the logo can improve or not, something like that. How to improve it. Content marketing and website development. Finally, is the marketing toolkit. Are you doing the right thing? Are you doing the right thing to capture the right audience? So we use this X step as the scope of your EDG grant project. Approach is normal interview, we review your report, look at your work process, research. So we will produce, we will conduct secondary research, gap analysis, report, and training. What's the benefit? Jose, can you say something like after the EDG grant of the brand and marketing, what is the benefit they have?
The most important thing is also the benefits. How you will create your customer recognition through all this exercise, branding and marketing. And also you can also see what is your customer loyalty to build that loyalty between your brand and your customer, and the consistency of your message and positioning. That's very important. Also your brand equity, how people value your brand, your credibility, and how you can attract talents into your company to work for your company, and also to allow shared values between your firm and your brand, and to give confidence. So these are some of the benefits for this branding and marketing exercise. Yeah.
So when it comes to the grant, we need to state very clearly what is the deliverable. So the ETG grant will take a price for each deliverables. So what deliverable one is high risk assessments. Look at your high risk area, interview your management, and then we do a gap analysis. Gap analysis is always about what you're doing now. That's why we will interview you and understand what are you doing now. And then we look at the best practice or desired state. Then we recommend, give you all the suggestion, how to do things, how to develop your brand. So basically, gap analysis is look at your work process, whether you have policy and procedure, and then your reporting. Of course, we have a deliverable is research. So basically, like Eric is very strong in research. So basically, we offer when we do a research for your target client and brand positioning. But during the EDG grant, if you want other area for secondary research, yeah, please tell us to do so. Finally, we have a recommendation report. Basically, it's like problem solving process to give you what is the action plan to implement and improve your strategic brand and marketing development. Training, of course, after all this, we must train you and give you the team some of the tips how to implement it and how to enhance, or as a whole company, how to enhance your branding and marketing. The fourth story is pro GoPro. I'm very traditional. I use handphone camera like Canon or something. Oh, then I understand there's a brand called GoPro. GoPro is actually very famous, like small camera. The story is think it, see it, do it. So wherever you see it, you can do it and you capture it. It's a lifestyle of like sharing your meaningful experience, sharing your life, and to celebrate them. It's very successful brand story. So that people buy it like you are diving, you are swimming, you still capture the creature in the ocean, or when you are doing the extreme sports, ice skiing or whatever, you take the photos or video on yourself. So it's about community and sharing. It's very successful brand. We can learn from it. Okay, come to the ADG grant. There's some administration. So Jose, can you explain to us? For example, like I will mention this first. Let's say your grant is 40,000. All the qualifying cost is 40,000. At this moment, you can support up to 80%. So you only pay 8,000 for the 40,000 project. Jose, can you tell us about how to do the application?
Okay, as for ETG grant, you need to engage a certified consultant such as a PMC like us, and you must be a Singapore registered company. And if the Singapore shareholding must be also more than 30%. Later, I explain why. And also that they require your 3 years financial statement for the last 3 years so that you can, is part of the requirements. And then the management and company's commitment to do the project and follow Enterprise Singapore grants application guideline and apply a business grant portal with CorpPass. So these are some of the requirements. So if let's say your company shareholding, Singapore shareholding is more than 30%, you can enjoy actually 80% of grant until end of the year. So, but if you are a non-SME, which means that your firm have less than
More than
30%,
100 million
more than 100 million,
sales
200
and more
staff,
than 200 staff. Yes.
then you still can apply for the grant, and the grant quantum is up to 60% for only this year.
Mm. Okay, how about the execution when we approve application? What should we do?
Okay, when we approve, so when we apply, Enterprise Singapore will give us a letter of offer. Okay, so to offer that, okay, this is the qualifying cost and this is the grant you can get from Enterprise Singapore, you need to accept the letter of offer, okay, through the um, portal. And then also to check on the project timeline, there is a timeline on it, and to sign a contract with your consultant once you have this letter of offer. Okay.
Mm,
And
okay.
to ensure that the project is executed accordingly to the qualifying cost, the qualifying period, and according to the project deliveries. So, and then you can claim up to 80% for SME firm up to 31st of December. Normally, it's only 70%. So, and then all the payments need to be paid to your consultant, and then Enterprise Singapore will check that all payments are paid, all projects are done, the reports, and they will reimburse you through Giro to the company bank account. And
Okay.
after that, the company would look into all the recommendation. And after this project, the company will continue to implement all these recommendations.
Yes. So basically, the whole process, the Enterprise Singapore is expecting you as a owner of the company to do it, but as a consultant, we guide you to do it. Okay. Then the next question is why and how to do this project in COVID during the COVID-19 because everyone is stay at home. How to do it? Jose, can you tell us how to do during the COVID-19?
I think this is the best time to actually take on such projects and grants from Enterprise Singapore. The reason is we can still communicate through Zoom and through all the different medium, and then we also can sign document through e-signature. And right now is the best time to take all this project. The reason is because of COVID, the business environment have changed drastically. So companies need to relook into their business models or even to transform their company in order to create
Mm,
new growth area and revenue because
okay.
the environment is totally different. And these are the few grants that you can tap into, like financial management, human capital development, um, this branding and marketing development, and the other one is
Business
service,
strategy.
yeah, and business strategy. So these are the few grants that we can actually work on it together with the SME. More
So
importantly is the we need to really look into business transformation in order to survive in the new norm of COVID-19.
yeah, I think there's a special meaning during the COVID-19 when we do this to consolidate and upgrade your core capability when the market is quiet. You're not that busy in your operations. It's the right time to get a grant, highly subsidized, and to consolidate your core capability. Eric, do you have any insight about why we need to do like a core capability project in COVID-19?
Sorry, core capability, is it?
Let's say,
Yes.
yeah, finance or maybe marketing. Why have to do it now? Is it something we can do it and then prepare for after post COVID-19?
Yeah, personally, I feel that is always be the first gate out of the door, be the first person to be out of the gate. Yeah,
Okay.
so for right now, right, we don't know when it will end completely. So the right now is
Mm,
to preparations, so that
okay.
once the things being lifted up, always be the first one to get out of it. Then at
Mm,
least you guys will be prepared. So if you do a branding or any kind of project itself, right, it's just
mm.
a prepare for the whole things to run. Yeah. So at least
Very
you,
good.
when the door is open, right? At least you're the first one at the door already.
Very good. Very good. That means it's like actually we need to do a lot of preparation now before
Yeah.
we get off
I think
from the
also to take
COVID-19.
advantage of the grant quantum up to 80% and to prepare your company for the future, because things are not looking rosy, but if you can build on your strength and core capabilities, you will be able to meet all these challenging
Mm.
environment and competition.
Almost the end of the broadcast. So I have a burning question like, for Eric before we go. But what is the future trend of branding and marketing, Eric?
Future trend of branding marketing. I see there's a lot of people talking about virtual branding. Yeah. So basically, I think it was introduced by Deliveroo. Yeah, about virtual branding. So basically, it helps the restaurants to have a alternative brands to target a different segment. Yeah. So for example, that they have a restaurant, a physical brand. We have the shops, we have the space to drive the execution. They have the
Mm,
online versions. There's no space, but basically it's a virtual version. So in terms of communication-wise, how are you going to communicate your beliefs, your products and services where there's no touch point? Yeah,
mm,
they don't have a shop to go to. They also can only be experienced through online, Facebook or
mm,
Instagrams. How are you
mm,
able to leverage on this kind of platform to deliver the same message as before?
mm,
So that's where, in terms of how branding I see in the next after the COVID itself, right, is that there will be a
mm.
lot more efforts to deliver a clearer message or brand messages to this group of
So,
business and
so, it,
industry.
so it's very interesting. Like, let's say, talk about ice cream. Everybody on ice cream now for comfort food. Let's say nowadays I want a ice cream. I go and buy from a shop. But what you say is like in future, I no need to go to the shop. I go to the virtual shop. I go to internet. I will have a waiter or have a cashier and the virtual, and then I pay and then I get my ice cream, something like that.
Yes, but virtual shop is, yeah, it can be done in like that. But sometimes because they need a taste. So I
Well, of
saw
course,
some
after
people.
I buy, they will deliver to me lah. I'm not eating the fruit, fake fruit lah. Am I correct? Like I
Yeah,
buy, then
yeah,
they will deliver to me lah.
can. I know that certain like furniture shops, right? They have AR. Yeah, so they can use AR, right? You don't have to go to the shop itself. You can use AR to put a model inside your house to see what it looks like when you place that in virtual format, and you can make order accordingly. So this is something like that reduce the frictions of experiencing in the real physical shops to the online version. Yeah, so for restaurants and food tastings, I don't know what will happen, but maybe there's a sending of certain sample foods, because right now there's a popularity of kits, monthly kit, something like that. So maybe they will send out sample food to them to taste it, and this is how to break away from the traditional mind of physical restaurants.
That means like I open a shop for chicken rice. In future, I no need to have a shop anymore. So I cut the cost for the having a renting a shop. But I have a virtual shop, so people go there, experience it, environment, and then I bought it. So in future, is it something like that?
I'm not very sure, but basically, I feel that there's a strong side that people will try to experience it through different kind of modern means or digital means, maybe through AR, or maybe in the future there's a machine that can produce a smell or things like that. So that's where because there's no shop as a physical place to experience it. So a lot of things a lot of senses is being amputated. Yeah. So how are you going to translate this sense, right, to a digital format and to give a different kind of experiences and memory to a new target audience? Yeah.
So can I
So
conclude?
to,
Yeah, okay.
to change the whole entire business model compared to what we have done before, which means that we need to do a total change in the approach, in the model, in order to reach out to our customer.
Yes, that's right. So so that's where the research will come in to understand what's the drift, how the market shift. So for example, that for right now, right, we always, I think I share post is that it takes 66 days to form a habit. Yeah. So right now, right, we are past
66.
average out is 66 days. So for right now, right, initially there's a lot of discomfort to stay at home or work from home. But right now it's after 66 days, right? Taking lunch back or eating lunch at home, cooking at home, or growing food at home, or maybe working at home. It's became very normal already. So to move out from the 66 days to go back to the usual life, right? We have some difficulty right now. Yeah. Right. Yeah. For anyone going to cinema to watch movie, is we don't need to already. We can watch Netflix. Right? Yeah. So
Okay.
so this kind of entertainment had need to shift already. So people say, oh, don't need to go cinema lah. Just watch Netflix. There's a lot of movie online.
Yeah. So I love like I claypot rice, I go and buy now sometimes, and then I say, is it the business better? No, very bad. Then I understand most of people cook at home now. They don't buy food from outside anymore.
Yes.
And yeah, so habit is one thing. Can I conclude it like the future trend for branding and marketing must be digital strategy? It must be involved digital strategy.
I would say yes, because going to where the people are going online. Because you say that, okay, I don't want to go online, but if the necessity, you need to do things online. You need to make to check your bills, you need to check your money, banks, ordering food, or maybe do these kind of essential things, right? It has to be go online eventually.
Also, it says, let's say I say I'm very old school. I don't know how to use computer. I never like digital. It's no more use anymore, right?
You can, but you are being forced. So right now, before COVID itself, right, people have the options to say, I can go offline to do things. I can go out to buy things. But because of COVID, right, you're being forced to go online. So it's a transition. It's a forced transitions that you have to undertake. And this undertake, right, it doesn't mean that it lasts for a week or 2 weeks. It lasts for months. And these months, right, became a habit. And this habit, right, is a mega trend that affects global aspects. It doesn't mean it applies to Singapore, it applies to the whole world. So you go, even for right now, if you go to Thailand, if it goes to Australia, wherever, people have the same mindset as you. They can do things the same thing. I can buy online, things like that. So it doesn't mean that only Singapore became a digital country. Other countries also taking the same platform.
Actually, I read about OCBC. Okay, they have already implemented digital banking for quite some time. But during COVID, actually they increased their business. So in terms of loans, in terms of selling products, in terms of opening accounts, everything can be done digitally. And somehow their sales inquiries all went up, not just in OCBC Bank, but other banks also. So you see there is a shift of companies taking up technology, using technology, and taking the advantage to grow their businesses. So by using marketing development, branding, plus technology, I think we can still make the company stronger and also explore new revenues for the company. What do you
Based
see
on
about
the conversation, like the insight from Eric, we understand the world has changed during this COVID-19. The whole world experienced COVID-19 for a few months. After 66 days, right, Eric? 66 days, right? Then all
Yes.
our habits have changed. So it's not about the future trend. It's almost like it's a fact that people turn to digital strategy to sell their thing, they buy their thing, they live digitally. So I think it's really a hit to us to really think about turn to digital marketing. Thank you very much. Like before we leave, Eric and Jose, any last sentence to our audience before we go? Last sentence. We still remember after I finish the program.
Last sentence, not really, but basically, be observant, no? Be observant
The
with the
observant, Jose,
trend.
leh?
Yeah.
I think it's time to change. It's time to transform so that we will be different to meet a different environment completely. Post COVID will be not going over. It may take years to recover in certain industries. Some industry, I read about it, it may take up to 10 years. So this is really, really something very serious, and companies really need to be serious to transform themselves to survive in this new environment.
Thank you very much. My last word is call us, call Club Consulting, call Alan, call Eric, call Jose, so we can help you. Thank you. We see you in next week. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.